A Florida group wants the governor to cut $400 million in projects that they call budget turkeys or wasteful spending. It comes as the state budget heads to his desk. Action Jack's state local government reporter Jake Stofan is live downtown. And Jake, $19 million of those proposed cuts are in Duval County.
Well, and 5 of those 6 projects are related to arts and culture funding, and that would include things like the new MOSH Museum and the USS Orlick. But project leaders and some top city officials are hoping the governor decides to spare these items from his veto pen. Florida TaxWatch's annual budget turkey report has identified more than $22.5 million in Northeast Florida projects included in this year's state budget it believes the governor should veto. $19 million of those are cuts proposed here in Duval, and the bulk of the projects follow a particular theme: arts and culture. Among them, $14.8 million for Hicks Honors College Academic Building at UNF, $2.5 million for construction of the new MOSH, $450,000 for the Jacksonville History Center, and $500,000 for the Florida Theater. There are also 2 projects totaling $750,000 for the USS Orlick.
Let's just face it, TaxWatch doesn't exist if they don't have items to criticize, right?
Daniel Bean, president of the Jacksonville Historic Naval Museum, which owns the Orlick, explains the funds would go towards maintenance of the ship and other improvements. He argues the state's only historic naval warship is not just an asset to Jacksonville, but Florida as a whole.
I think it's a great reminder of how lucky we are today because of the sacrifices that were made previously. You know, we've had over 10,000 students on board that warship.
The mayor's office told Action News Jax, quote, while the city of Jacksonville did not put forward state funding requests for these organizations and projects, we have invested local dollars in many of them and believe they're vital community initiatives that share widespread bipartisan support. But TaxWatch Vice President of Research Kurt Werner argues it was the way the projects were funded, not a lack of merit, that landed them on the list.
So those are projects that didn't go through the established grant process or funded above things that did.
But Bean says he's optimistic funding for the Orlick will be spared, just as it was last year.
I put my faith in the Florida legislature. They did their homework. They cut a lot of programs. We were not one of them, and that's why, because they see the value in what we're doing.